We are incredibly honored and privileged to have Clark Little himself here with us to introduce the film. Yes. He's going to introduce the film in a second, and then please stay at the end for a Q&A. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous film, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions. So without further ado, give a huge shout out and warm round of applause to Clark Little, who's our queen.
Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. I'm super stoked about this film. It took about a year of time to make this. Peter King and I were on the North Shore, getting a lot of donuts, getting sucked over the falls, and having all kinds of good fun actually at the same time, coming together and making this cool movie. So I appreciate all the support from everybody, and I will talk a lot in this movie, so I'll leave that for you guys to watch real soon. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be happy to answer questions after. Thank you. So if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to hopefully answer them.
So I'll start one off. What was your motivation for making this film after being in photography for so long?
Motivation for making the film. I said it about 50,000 times. I love SHOREBREAK, number one. No, it's just, we came out with a book, and we've, done a lot of things, and, got published in some cool magazines, went on some morning shows, and just did a lot of different things. I've been able to travel the world, and I just thought the timing was right to make a movie on SHOREBREAK, and I think it hasn't been done yet. There's been a lot of people shooting waves and other things, from ages ago. But SHOREBREAK, I don't think anybody exposed it too much, and so it's just something I wanted to get out there, and people seem to like it, and yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's the ramble jumble.
Any questions from the audience? Right there in the orange?
So, I noticed that you have like a leash set up for your camera, but have you ever lost your camera setup?
I have, actually. I do have a leash, and it's a small leash, so the camera doesn't, if it does fall off, it doesn't hit your head. You keep your hand away as you're getting tossed over the falls, so you don't get blasted. But sometimes the leash rips, and the camera gets sucked up the beach and all over the place. Sometimes if it's like Waimea Bay, you're really far away. And I've actually been lucky where I've found it most of the time. Only once I think I've lost a camera, so I've been pretty lucky when it comes to that. Like for me, the thing I worry about most is the camera hitting me in the head, and knocking out. That would be the worst case scenario. And I've had it hit my head. I've got staples in my head and a few other things. I didn't show that in the movie, but forget about that thing. Anyway, yeah, so there is a leash. I do try to keep my camera. It is expensive, and I don't want to lose it, but at the same time, I'd rather be alive.
Right here.
What's the closest you come to drowning, and where was it?
That question's asked a lot. For me, it's maybe like at Keiki Beach is kind of my favorite place to go, and it's the most dangerous spot. That's probably where you saw most of those thick, big, gnarly SHOREBREAK waves. But it's like maybe, there was one time I remember it was like 8 waves straight, 8 foot, 10 foot, and I just was basically out of breath by the time 6th or 7th wave came, and I was like, I gotta go under this thing, and I couldn't breathe already, so I was dropped the camera, everything. I was just in panic mode, and luckily, and I don't get in that situation often, so I was like, I thought I was gonna die kind of thing, and luckily I made it through. But there are moments out there. I always talk about how fun it is getting sucked up the beach, and I do enjoy that. But there are moments if you don't kind of like check the waves out before you enter and make sure it's okay. You could get caught in a real serious situation, and even for me, I get sometimes caught in that situation. And thank goodness I'm still here to talk about that, so. But nowadays I do look at it more. I take more time now before I go out. And I got 2 kids at home and, wife, and I want to be around for the next several years or more. Nice aloha shirt, by the way. No, you, nice aloha shirt, yeah. Isn't that you? All right, anyway, next. Also a nice hat. Someone was wearing a nice hat too. Oh, I see right there, it's got a SHOREBREAK hat on, I think. All right, anyway, sorry. Okay, with it.
I got a question about a couple of your body parts. First, your wrist. Have you ever had a problem holding onto that camera and getting back? And next was, how do you get the sand out of your ears?
My wife gets pissed off about sand all over the place. Yeah, no, I mean, my wrist is pretty decently strong, I guess. I mean, honestly, just carrying that 10-pound thing up and down, you know, when the waves are coming, I guess it gets strong like that. But sand is definitely in every crevice, and it comes out in the bed a lot, and my wife is snapping at me all the time. Yeah, my ears are clogged. I can't hear half the time, but I just kind of roll with it and just... But I've been lucky. I don't have like that swimmer's ear thing. I mean, I've been packed to the bone, and I just kind of shake and do this thing, and it kind of just sort of falls out. So I'm kind of lucky that way. And I don't know if it's just all the abuse that my body's just used to, the sand getting sucked up and in and out and up and down all over the place.
Next, right in the middle here.
Do you find yourself searching the world for other shore breaks?
It's, you know, we live in Hawaii, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. No, I mean, I stick on the North Shore just because it's right 3 minutes from my house. KQ Beach is right there, Waimea Bay. I've traveled, like I was saying, all over the place. I went to Tahiti. It's kind of gnarly and heavy, but when you live in such a magical place as the North Shore of Oahu, you don't really have to go too far. Even in the summertime, you can shoot small waves, you can shoot turtles, you can shoot sharks, like I had on the screen earlier. There's so many beautiful things to shoot. I mean, honestly, sunsets, sunrises, rainbows. It's endless, and we are all so fortunate, at least I know I am, and I'm sure most of you are, to live in paradise and to document it. Whether it's waves, whether it's on your iPhone or a DSLR. It's fun now and it's easy with social media, and there can be a lot of positives to social media. I mean, there's negatives, of course, all the time that we see. There's a lot of haters and things, but there is the positive that people can express themselves. People can buy a GoPro for $500 now and go shoot in the SHOREBREAK. Kids can get away from their Game Boys or whatever they call them nowadays, Xboxes, and you know, get out there and learn ocean awareness, learn how to use a camera, learn how to use a computer, software. So all these things to me I think are very positive. In fact, business, kids are selling prints now. I mean, before I was talking about there was no one out, it was just me, and that is the truth. Nowadays I go out there and there's about 50,000 people. But I used to get bent, and now I'm like, you know, I'm just embracing it. I'm like, hey, you know what? If you share the same stoke as I do, bring it on. So that's just my vibe now, and it's just awesome to see all the new inspired kids, as well as adults, as well as, you know, older people, and, you know, just all male, female. I mean, there's chicks out there shooting. I trip out. It's really, really cool, and it's nice to have a positive vibe on everything.
In the back over there.
So if you take, say, 5,000 frames a day, how many keepers do you get typically?
Yeah, 1,500. I didn't say 500. No, 3,000. No, I can shoot. Yeah, anywhere. I mean, on a jump day, I shoot, you know, 300, 500, or something, up to thousands. Keepers, honestly, if I get one keeper, I'm stoked. All I need is one good shot. But when that wave is coming down and crashing down, I'm going to take as much shots as I can to pick out that perfect clip. So, I mean, my camera shoots 10, 12 frames a second, so you figure I can shoot 10 to 15 shots as one wave's breaking over, and then I mean, yeah, there's a lot of editing, there's a lot of going through photos, and honestly, on the way home, I'm deleting photos off of my camera before I get home, then I get home, and then I go through those photos, and I got like 16 gigabytes of, not gigabytes, terabytes of information at home, because it's hard to delete photos. Even if they're B grade, you can come back to it one day and say, oh wow, I didn't see that. You know, your eye doesn't catch everything. Sometimes you're tired, sometimes you can't see it until later. You go back into the archives. So yeah, like I said, I got double. I just keep trading in computers, getting new computers, switching it over at Apple, and they're all full. they're all full of waves. And of course, soccer and baseball, because my kids, I have two beautiful kids that play sports, and I love to document that because I have no excuse, because I got the camera, so I bought the lens, and no, I love being a soccer and baseball and volleyball dad also.